Today is all about ignition. Choosing the right ignition system isn't only about performance, it's about synergy. That's why I've chosen an ignition system that not only performs flawlessly with our LS engine, but also integrates seamlessly within the narrow requirements of these highly hidden coil valve covers you see right there behind me. So if you got a few minutes to spare, stick around and we'll build something cool together. What's up, guys, and welcome back to INTHESHOPTV. In the last episode, we took care of our radiator hoses, and when you're doing a custom engine like this in a custom car, there's no factory options. So we had to employ a little bit of creativity and get some custom molded radiator hoses that actually look good too. If you guys are interested in checking that out, just skip back one video. Also in that same video, I should let you guys know, if you're still interested in winning the plasma cutter giveaway, there's still plenty of time. The giveaway announcement is on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, so go ahead and check out that video and see how you can enter if you want to win a free plasma cutter. All right, so today we got to get ignition done. And with these Holley hidden coil valve covers, you really have two options. They're very specific on what type of coils you can run, which kind of sucks because with this engine, this is a 2007 LY6, and it came with the truck coils, which is in my opinion, some of the best coils available for this engine, and I can't use them because they won't fit with these valve covers. So they give you two options. You can run what they're calling the Gen 5 style, or you can run the traditional LS1 style coils. Initially, I really wanted to run the Gen 5 style coils because they kind of slant out of these holes. And if you notice, our spark plugs also slant out of the head, so it just kind of made sense for tucking the wires in and having it look nice and neat to have the Gen 5 because they mount on an angle and the wires, kind of shoot out on that same angle, so it just made a lot of sense. There's been a couple of reviews, however, out there where the coils plug into that harness on top. It kind of sits way up here in this top corner, and some people's actual covers here weren't clearing that wiring harness, so that made me a little bit nervous. And I've seen some where they work out fine and some where they don't, and I just didn't feel like taking the chance. So we went with the LS1 style coils for this build. So not related to this episode at all. We're gonna get started now. While I'm taking these valve covers halfway off, this engine is empty. It has no engine lubricant, no oil in it whatsoever. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these covers off and get this thing filled with oil, and then we'll get to the ignition. So normally you go ahead and take this little cover off here and fill your oil right there, but I'm gonna take the entire assembly off because when I get this engine primed with oil, I just wanna verify that I have oil coming out of my rockers. So I need to take this off to verify that. All right, so I've got this set on the bench and we have our set of new LS1 coils here. So with the valve covers, they give you the bolts for the coils themselves, and then they give you two different sets of spacers. These are the 5th gen coil spacers, which we're not gonna use. And here's the 1st gen or LS1 style spacers. I think really the main idea of these is just to elevate the coils a little bit off the valve cover to keep heat from soaking into them. So I put one on and I wanted to show you guys real quick. They give you these two different mounting positions on these valve covers, and this straight up and down position is for these LS1 style coils. As you can see, the bolt holes will not line up if you go this way. So I don't know if you guys caught that before. This is an aftermarket harness for the coils. I was forced to get these because the LS1 style coils have a different plug than most of the other LS coils. So I had to get a new harness for it, but they put this corrugated stuff on there and it really makes it very, very stiff, and I couldn't kind of fit it under those valve covers. So I'm cutting away this corrugated covering right now, put some electrical tape over this. so I can kind of form fit it to where it needs to be. All right, so just a quick little tip for you guys with these. If you ever find yourself in this situation, or you're doing a custom harness or whatever the case may be, and you got to wire up your coils and you don't know which end goes where, which goes to what coil or for what bank, there's a really simple trick to help you guys out with that. If you're standing on this side, this is bank 1, meaning 1, 3, 5, and 7. So just remember that they're all color coded, right? So you got red there, you got green, you see a light blue and a purple. Those are universal for both sides. So on bank 1, or whichever bank you're standing in front of, it's always going to be, just remember, right red. So you're going to start with red, green, light blue, and then end on purple. Same thing when you go to the other side, you flip it around like that, and that's going to be 2, 4, 6, and 8. You'll be standing on the right side, so it'll be just like that. And you'll have the same exact configuration. Red on the right side, green, light blue, and then purple. All right, guys, onto spark plugs. Really important when you guys buy your spark plugs. I'm using some NGKs, but you don't have to use this brand. You can use whatever brand you like. There's a ton, unfortunately, of counterfeit spark plugs out there in the market. There's a lot of ways you can tell. You can look at the logo. It's got to be really crisp and sharp. There's something about the shoulder. The tops are dimpled. The quickest way to not have to worry about any of that, though, is to go to your parts store or to your dealership or whatever and just get them, right at the point of sale, not have to order them online. Yes, you can find deeper discounts online and get them a little bit of a better price, but you always take that risk. If you're not able to do your research and find out what's real or not, you take that risk of getting some counterfeit stuff. And the last thing you want is for A, your spark plug to fail after you get everything all wired up, and B, you go to take it out and the damn thing snaps off in the head. So really be careful. I think the best thing to do if you are not sure about how to verify their authenticity is to just go to your parts store. Don't forget to always gap your spark plugs. A lot of people always leave that step out, and even though a lot of the newer plugs come pretty damn close, you still need to be gapped. All right, so for wires, I got a really nice set of Taylors for a great price. Taylor has a good reputation of making good quality wires. They look and feel really robust, like they're well built. And these 45-degree angles on here are gonna help me out a lot with header clearance. Finally, the obligatory hot rod sticker. I feel the company's been slacking off with inflation. So I just tested them all for resistance, and I put it on the ohms meter. And people think that when you put it on continuity, check for continuity from one end to the other, that you should have 0 or should be open completely. That's not true. You should always have a little bit of resistance. In this case, I had about 213, roughly between 213 and 215 on all wires, so we're pretty good there. All right, a lot closer now that that is done. I just ordered the harness for this thing. I ordered O2 sensors, a belt, MAF sensor, all types of other stuff. I think I've got everything I need inbound that we need to get this thing started, assuming that it starts. We gotta take the E38 computer to the guy to get it flashed. And that's another thing I gotta do is I gotta get this up in the air, take that transpan off and remove the Tech M from the 6L80 and bring that to the same guy to have that flashed together with the ECM. So I'm not sure, I'll probably make another video removing that Tech M. It's a little bit involved in case anyone's never done that on a 6L80 and you wanna know. So I'll show you guys how to do that. And I guess the next video after that, we're gonna push the button and hopefully make some noise in here. Anyway, guys, don't forget to enter for that giveaway. Check the previous video if you guys wanna find out how you can get in on winning that plasma cutter. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I'll see you in the shop.